You Talk family, what go on? What go on? It's your boy D, and I got Larry Frank back in the building tonight. Larry Frank Jr. in the building, man. What's going on, Larry Frank?
Greetings and
It's you talk.
salutations. Greetings and salutations. How you doing, D? What's going on?
That's what's up, man. I'm doing great, brother, man. Y'all know how we start off every show. It ain't no us without you, baby. Kane Nation, what is going on, man? Happy Friday to everyone. How's everybody doing tonight on a Friday night? It's the Hype Show.
It's you talk, baby.
And you guys know where I'm going first. Shout out to the super producer, the man himself, Mr. King Judge. What's going on? King Judge, what it do? Larry Frank. What it do, Larry Frank? We got the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets tomorrow. Larry Frank, they want to hear from you, brother. Let's talk to them tonight, big dog. What you thinking? Talk to us.
Trap game. And we better be careful. We better not let these last 2 weeks of beating ranked teams go to our head. We better not let this little bit of success we seeing, a little bit of cohesiveness, on offense go to our head. We better not let just our confidence grow into cockiness with TVD and just the stellar quarterback play that we've seen. This Georgia Tech team is a team that can catch you slipping if you let it. They're kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde type of squad. You know, they've had some games where, you know, they score 40 points a game. They had other games where they barely showed up. Played Clemson well. You know, and historically, Georgia Tech has always been a team that we had to actually, I don't want to say be on our best game, but we had to have one of our better days. For some strange reason, they've been able to hang with us off and on. So I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The first thing I'm looking at before we even get into the actual X's and O's, I'm looking at how's this team adjusting from having success. Remember, they're coming off of these losses before NC State. So we were wondering how they would adjust, you know, going into those games. Now they're coming off of some victories, beating some ranked teams. I want to say this is the first team to beat back-to-back ranked teams in program history. I was seeing something like that. I forgot the actual stat. Forgive me, but they did set a landmark move with that. So what I'm looking at is how is this team going to deal, just like they deal with adversity, how does this team adjust to a little bit of success?
Right.
So that's the first thing I'm looking at.
Right. So we're looking at Georgia Tech. 3-5, I think is their record.
Yes.
They're like 2-4 or something like that in conference play. Georgia Tech. They're coming down to Miami. It's a home game. It's a 12:30 game. Do you think that the players will be prepared and ready to go, bro?
Offense, yes. Defense remains to be seen.
Right.
And that's the thing about this whole thing that we have going on right now. The defense, yet again, there you go. Me and him, look. What's up, brother Jay? But let me get back to Cuban right quick. We gonna get into the game. We gonna definitely get into breaking down the game. But I got to tell a quick little story. So me and Cuban been going back and forth on the chat from the last show, and me and Cuban was throwing it at me. You know, the other night Philly beat Chicago. They only beat us by 5. I mean, they was hitting everything. Seth Curry was rolling. He looked like his brother that night. But hey,
right.
They was on their game. But he talking about, yeah, that's what you get. But last night, who they played? They played Boston. Blew them boys out. I ain't trying to, hey, Cuban, I ain't even dealing with you, dog. I'm 6 points from 8-0. You got blowed out by like 20 last night. Go sit down somewhere.
It's you talk, baby.
But now, man, back to the game, back to the preview. I'm not worried about the offense going into tomorrow's game at all. I think the offense has found itself. J.O., what's going on? Anyway, y'all with that heat, man. Listen, The true sign of bad football season is when you're talking about basketball while you still got a chunk of a big chunk of the football season. Fins, where the fins at? I could have swore y'all was talking fins up earlier this year. Where y'all at?
Talk to him, Frank.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Before I forget, man, before I let you go, hold on real quick, Fred. Let me just say one thing. I want to shout out Latrella Stoudemire, Tampa, Florida, in the building. Latrella won, like I said, last week. Let me go ahead and give her a hand too, man, with you, bro.
Congrats. Called it on the money, right?
Latrella, the queen of Utah, one of the queens of Utah. Latrella won the prediction last week for the Miami versus Pitt game last week. She predicted the score and she won the Utah hoodie. And Latrella already got her pick in for this week. Latrella trying to get all different colors in them. I got like like 8 other people. I got everybody's stuff in the email, so I've seen your predictions. I got you. So I'm saying good luck to everybody. And also thank you to the lovely ladies who's been modeling the Utah women's apparel. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to Felita Council Knight, Avon Park, Florida, what it do. And shout out to Miss LaShonda Blue, Fayetteville, North Carolina. You're going to see a lot more to come. A lot of more women purchasing the Utah merchandise. I appreciate it. That's modeling the Utah merchandise. Thank all of you guys. I really appreciate everything. Go ahead, Larry Frank. I just had to get that out the way, big dog.
Oh, man, absolutely, man.
72 New Creature, what's up?
What's up, 72? What's going on tonight?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, man, like I was saying, man, I'm not worried about the offense tomorrow. I think the offense has found itself. I think the offense is only going to get better. I think TVD is really establishing himself. He's Sigmund, how you doing tonight?
What's
going on?
How you doing?
TVD is establishing himself
Eddie, Miami, Florida.
Oh Lord, I forgot Cowboy.
Yeah, he's a Cowboy. Yeah. Uncle Eddie, a Cowboy fan. Yeah.
There's always that one. So hey, shouts out to him, man.
Right.
But now, man, TVD I think is really establishing himself as a pretty good quarterback. I mean, last week, man, he was looking like a guy that could play on Sundays, man. I mean, I ain't trying to jump the gun, but I mean, he's already got the body build for it. He's tall. He can throw. He just was like becoming that general, man. So I'm just looking for TVD to continue progressing into that great quarterback that he looks like he's becoming.
Right.
There was talk that Garcia was out for the season, but it looks like Garcia may be able to come back for the final 2 games of the season. That'll be Virginia Tech and Duke. So I think, TVD, what I like about this situation, I don't say like because obviously you don't like to, anybody getting injured. But what I liked about the scenario around the injuries was TVD had nobody pushing him. He can just, get into his own with his offense. And, he just really is really progressing very, very well. So I was happy about that. Also with Rooster, Myrie. What's up, Eric Myrie? How you doing, bro? Rooster also, I'm looking for him to just, hold up. Hold up.
You gonna show it to him?
I gotta show it to him. Yeah, five is good. 5 is good. 5 rings is good. But 6 is better. That's all I'm gonna say. 6 is better. 6 is better.
You heard it? Them is Steelers. Larry Frank is Steelers, man.
Yeah. 5 is okay, but 6 is better. But nah, man. Like I say, Rooster. I think they need to get him incorporated into the offense early, get him going. Mm-hmm. The main thing, as we say every week, is going to be the same thing, man. You can't have no slow starts, man. I'd like to see them come on out and have a start similar to what you saw in the NC State game. Let's call some aggressive plays and let's hit the ground running. Offensive line has been a little bit better. They still gave up 3 sacks last week, but I mean, they've been slowly getting better. There's nothing to call home about, but hey, nothing to cry about like we were over at the beginning of the season. My concern is defense, because Georgia Tech has the ability to score at will as well. Now, they're not consistent with it. basically, if the defense can step up and do what we know they're talented enough to do, you can hold Georgia Tech's offense at bay. But if we're continuing with the same mistakes that we've been doing all season, the missed tackles, the bad angles in coverage, not being able to get no kind of punch. Yes.
Don't want to play man to man.
Don't want to play man. You know, if we continue doing what we've been doing defensively, Georgia Tech will push the ball up and down the field. That's the only concern that I have. So overall, I'm feeling good about this team because I don't think Georgia Tech they don't have the weapons to keep up with us. I don't think they can go track meet with us and match score for score, as might say. But it's just a trap game, man. We just got to be careful because if we don't watch ourselves, hey, man, 4-4 could turn into 4-5, and the manny politicians that's clamoring from to keep a job, they're going to get quiet again.
Thank you, Eric Meyer. Like always, thank you for the donation, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, like you were saying, the many politicians, and to go back to that, I want to shout out to our Utah family. You know, I know we had an individual in the chat last week, you know, and like I always tell you guys, we started off with, 5 or 10 people in the chat subscribing when we first started. You guys, we over 11,000. So You're going to get people, and I call it the People Show for a reason, because it's our show, it's you guys' show. So I don't want anybody to call up here that's going to agree with everything we say. I want you to have your own opinion. I want you to voice your opinion. I don't care. I'm going to put your chat, whatever you put in the chat, I'm going to put it up, as long as it's not disrespectful or nothing like that. But, you know, I want you guys to interact. I want you guys to say what you want. But always remember, we're going to have people that's going to call up here that's going to be negative. We're going to get them, and just let you know, when they do that, we doing something right over here, Utah family. And I love all of you guys, all of y'all. So thank you guys for standing up last week, whenever we had that troll in the building. Thank you guys. That's what it's all about over here at Utah. We are family. And when I say we are family, we are a true family. Go ahead, Larry Frank. Brother Blaze, man, thank you for the donation. Like always, brother, thank you guys. Thank you. You guys
appreciate you.
Y'all amazing, man. Thank you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Nah, you good.
What up?
You good, man. Nah, man, Brother Blaze, man, thank you, man. You know, no doubt about it. And yeah, just to piggyback off of what you said, I was taking care of business Monday night. There she go, the winner. Congrats.
Guess who else in here? Guess who else in here?
I do. The one,
what up, J.A.? What up?
The eyes is wide open. Like I said, he probably hoping she can hit the score again, so he can try to cop one of them sweaters out of her. You know, he gonna walk up there with roses and all of that, man, singing Maxwell. But nah, man, real talk. All jokes aside, man, I was on the sidelines Monday for the recap show. I had some stuff going on. I couldn't be on, and I caught towards the end, and I saw that. I saw what was going on, and you know, like I say, man, it's nothing like having your family. And like we talk, I called you after the show, Devin, and we talk, and like I told you, man, a month or so ago when I lost my dad, you know, Utah had my back. You know, they the prayers and the support and everything, man. It meant everything to me. So it's no doubt, man. We not just a channel, you know, just a channel of people that's just talking football. We are a family. I do not doubt that if we were to have an event somewhere, a big old Utah event, and you invited everybody, we probably chop it up like we had a barbecue, because that's how we roll. So no doubt about it, man. And yeah, you're right. The trolls are coming. You know. Okay. Hey, man, let them come, though. Let them come. They can't stop the rain. They can't stop the movement. So we just going to keep doing what we're doing and showing love to the family. And just, hey, man, that's what we do. That's right. So on another note, since we've already, you know, we've kind of pretty much gone into what's going on with the game tomorrow, there's a couple of hot button topics that's been popping off this week. And
I was speaking to, let me ask you a question real quick.
Go ahead. I
was speaking to Eric Meyer, man. Me and Eric Meyer, we talk off record a lot, man. What's up, Eric Meyer? We were talking about these headphone situations, bro. Like, so what are we doing? We spy game, be a brother. What's going on, Frank?
Hey man, hey man, when I read that, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I read that, that's probably the one thing that when I read it, I was like, this gotta be a joke. This can't be, like these cats cheating? Oh, wait a minute, what? And then one of my partners down here, when he heard about it, he said, oh man, that's a good sign. Boy, you cheating again, boy, you gonna be back. I'm like, man, I see you ain't even gotta go there, man. They see you wrong for that. You wrong for that. But yeah, man, yeah. I think they shorted them. They said it was a percentage. I think what, like 20%. How you can put a percentage on headsets? But either which way, they shorted them X amount of equipment. As part of the violation and whatever they did with the communication stuff. So, like I say, man, that just that was kind of
Jay Blade.
In other words, Jay Blade, what you trying to say? Like JJ used to say, Manny, he was finding things, like JJ used to say. That's wild, man. But one of the things that I really hot button topic, and look, it's out. It ain't no sense in hiding it. It ain't no sense in not talking about it and dancing around it. We talk about the coaching situation every week. And I know everybody's tired of it. I know I'm tired of it. I'm just wishing that a decision would be made, or at least a direction would be known. But one of the things that came out, credit Kirk Herbstreit once again, because when he came out and spoke on the administration, he really, really opened up. Let's see. I was listening to Brandon Merriweather. He stated that Manny's father, the ex-mayor, has a few connections with boosters. I could believe that. And guess what? Josh, I'm glad that you put that up, because where I'm going, that actually is going to tie into where I'm going. So I'm glad you put that up. When Kirk Herbstreit put the spotlight on the administration and the university and all of that as far as their support of football, that's when the can of worms really got opened, more so on Blake James on a national level. Us as Miami fans, we knew about it because we know what's going on. We watch what's going on, but nationally, it wasn't known. Nationally, it was just perceived that Miami's just never going to be back. They just can't recruit. They can't do nothing. They can't win. Manny Diaz this, Manny Diaz that. No blame went on Blake James at all. And the thing about it was, Blake James was the one that made this hire. Blake James is the one that allowed this mediocrity to just continue, So earlier this week, our guy, Streeter, Footballville, reported that Blake James would be out. Now, season's end or anytime soon, we don't know. But he reported that Blake James would be out as the athletic director. Now, here's my thing. It's hard to believe things here and there. You know how stuff is hearsay.
Right.
But I got enough confidence in Streeter and Footballville because they are connected. They are there. They talk to people. They know what's going on. And listen, Streeter's credibility, Streeter ain't going to put nothing out that I don't think, has a lack of substance. So if he put it out, I'm rolling with it. I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to accept that Blake James is pretty much on his way out, presumably to take an ACC job. Now, I'm going to give you my theory. A lot of people think it's probably because of football. That has something to do with it, but no. Keep in mind, remember, Blake James with the Adidas situation. It was reported that he didn't have any idea how much money Miami was supposed to get in that deal with Adidas. And now when you start talking about money or lack thereof, and you're in that position, guess what? It's like Tupac, all eyes on me. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, Louisville is making more money from Adidas than Miami. That's not a good look. Because remember, when Miami went ahead, what's up? What's up, Jamal? How you doing? What's going on?
What you doing?
When and real quick, I gotta shout out Jamal because I've always, since I've been on and I've heard Jamal call, he was always, cool and monotone and just laid back. Bro, Monday night I heard Jamal going off and I was like, yo, I've never heard this side of Jamal. Like, man, look, our guy Groove had Jamal hot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I said when I saw Jamal, I was gonna shout him like, yeah. But now, man, Adidas, the Adidas deal, you got to think about it. When Miami agreed to get with Adidas, that was supposed to be, a big feather because guess what? It's Miami. It's the Miami brand. The Miami brand at the time is big enough that, you should not be playing second fiddle in earnings to Louisville, So I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, Blake James is under scrutiny for how he's handled the football program and this whole situation with the coaching hires. But I truly believe if he's, contemplating getting out of here, I really believe that contract thing and that stuff with Adidas has a lot to do with it as well. Because the university, Frank and they've pretty much accepted mediocrity all these years. I find it hard to believe that Blake James's job is going to be pretty much, or he's going to get out of here, especially when there's a resurgence in the football team right now following this 2-game winning streak. And it's looking like there's a good shot that they can finish and run the table, possibly make the ACC title game with a couple of dominoes falling in other places. So I can't see Blake James just getting out of Dodge based off of the scrutiny from football. I truly believe the light that was shed from the Adidas situation and the fact that as the athletic director, your job is to fundraise. Let's see. Merriweather also said it's absolutely true that there's talk of Blake James being let go at the end of the season. He said Alonzo will accept the AD position. And that leads me into my next point. Because whereas, remember, Blake James said that that in order for Manny to keep his job, he has to win. But that's with Blake James' AD. You better believe if Blake James is out, after all the attention that was placed on the administrative side by Kirk Herbstreit, the next AD, whomever that would be, Alonzo, hopefully it will be Alonzo, but whomever that would be, Manny will not be retained in my opinion, because they know coming in the gate, there's going to be no room for error as the athletic director with coaching and this football team. Flo, what's up? What's up, brother? What's happening?
What's up with you?
So I'm kind of hoping that it would be Alonzo. I'm hoping Alonzo would get the position because we both know Manny, he ain't going to last if Alonzo gets that position. And Alonzo is a football guy. Alonzo knows Miami. He knows Miami football. He's going to want the best. He's going to, require a high standard for football. And with that being said, I think brighter days will be ahead. Merriweather also stated he would accept a position to recruit, but not coach. And that's a good look as well. You're talking about another Miami alum. You're talking about a Super Bowl champion. That's a good look, I always wanted the Jordan brand Hall of Fame. MB was the first to rock Jordans in the game. I saw that on a post back in like 84, 85. I saw that. So yeah, man, and that's the thing, and I can see North Carolina doing it because that's Jordan's alma mater. But just imagine if you got Jumpman, you know what I'm saying, on the uniforms and all of that, man, that would go a long way. It did it for Michigan. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we'll see how that ends up. We'll see how that turns out. But with Streeter really being the first one to put it out there, and some of the other personalities, kind of pretty much confirming it, I think it's safe to say that with Blake James leaving, if he leaves, or I'm going to just say when he leaves, because like I said, I'm accepting that it's going to happen because of who reported it. So with Blake James leaving, Manny will not be retained. I don't care if they win 4 games, make it to the ACC championship game, and win it, if they find a way to win it. Manny will not be back. How important are these next 4 games in making that change? I'll tell you, Brother Jay. I'll tell you. That's another thing I want to get into. Because if you look at the offense, everybody...
We got a call there.
Okay. All right. I'll pause. We'll get to it.
Okay. It's Utah. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from.
Jamal Davis, in Florida.
Jamal Davis, what's going on? Talk to him.
JD.
What's going on, brother? How you
doing? Nothing much. Chilling. How y'all boys doing?
Doing good.
Great, man. Doing great, brother.
Yeah, but
talk to us.
With that Nike deal and with that Jumpman versus Adidas deal, you got to go with who's getting you the most money. And I think Adidas going to give him the most money because Junkman don't like to pay nothing. Jordan don't pay out that much, man.
True.
You understand? It's about making money for the university.
True. I can see that. Yeah. I can see that.
It's about money for the university. So I mean, cause man, they need some of everything. They got to get the program back up.
Yeah.
But, Streeter, I don't think Streeter believe half of the stuff he be saying, man. I think he just
no, that ain't. You got Streeter mixed up with Big Groove, man.
Yeah.
That ain't Streeter.
Yeah. Streeter. Yeah. Streeter legit. Streeter is legit.
Big Groove don't be believing half of the stuff he be saying, man. I think he just do it for controversy. Keep it stir the pot, man, because everybody know that man got to go, man.
Jamal
got to go, bro. I mean, you're gonna keep him next year. See, this is my thing. What they saying, like how they say he only been there 3 years. The other coach was only there 3 years, and you got rid of it.
Yeah, Mark Rick was there.
The ex-Miami football player.
Mm-hmm. Randy Shannon was only there for 3 years.
Yeah, Randy Shannon was there 3 years, and then they got rid of him. So I mean, you can't say he only been there 3 years and they getting rid of him. I mean, it was good for the goose, good for the gander.
Hey.
So I mean, like, hey, that's a trend. If you don't win, that's what I thought they was making that statement. If you don't win, you out of there, next guy up.
Right.
That's the way I was looking at it.
Yeah, Manny has.
When they got Randy Shannon out of there, man.
Manny has 3 years.
He had.
No, go ahead, Jamal.
He had didn't he have what's the boy in the NFL now for the Denver Broncos? Randy Shannon had recruited him, and I think he'd be committed. What's the quarterback name?
Who you talking about?
Oh, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, he had all them boys with the
Louisville.
Louisville.
Him and Lamar Jackson.
Had a good team that year. Yeah.
And that's what kills me.
You had a good squad that year. Yeah.
That kills me because when you look at guys from the crib, not to cut you off, JD, but when you look at guys from the crib that went elsewhere, you know, and I'm looking at Teddy, I'm looking at Lamar, I'm looking at Dalvin Cook, I'm looking at Patrick Peterson. That's just too much talent that you could have kept at home, that you should have, you know, tried to keep at home.
Right.
And imagine if all of them would have stayed, you know, if you'd have had just stagnant, you know, just stable coaching, you know, what it could have been, you know. So yeah, that you're right on that one.
I mean, look now, Dalvin Cook's little brother, he's in Georgia.
Yup.
He's running
True.
From Georgia. He's a Florida guy, right?
Yeah.
He's in Georgia running the football. I mean, we look at it like, I think we go by like what the U, what Florida State, what the Gators, what they used to be. And
right.
But these kids now, they looking at who's winning. And they want to go where they winning at. So, I mean, you got to build your program to a winning program, and maybe you'll get the recruit to stay home.
True.
I totally agree with that.
But see, I can tell you what Miami used to do back in the day. Miami get all the talent guys from Florida, and they go get them big hauls from Nebraska, Wyoming. They need to start by doing that.
That's a good point. Because Eric, who was that? No, that was Josh Ayers that said that last week. And you know, like he was saying, it's not just about trying to recruit, you know, talent in the state of Florida. Like he was saying, you got to go and get those guys too, from like out west, those big offensive linemen and stuff like that. So that's a good point.
True.
Yeah.
Very much true.
Yeah, they need to. I will incorporate some of the all along, and they're helping me recruit in a way of like just showing them around Miami University, Miami, not letting me leave it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, if I was playing, I would like to see an ex-player. You know what I'm saying? Come back and talk to me about
Yeah.
you if I was going down.
True.
They need to set up a system, man. Because I mean, I don't see hands on guys like the old Miami alum. They hands on. They love their alma mater. They come back.
What was said to be
But
that
I
they
mean,
wasn't allowed. They wasn't allowed. Is from what we heard
Right.
that they.
but why you want to stop that coach?
I'll tell you
That's what
why.
I don't understand. Why would you stop that coach?
I'll tell you why. Because when you have an ego, and when
Mhm.
you have this aura that you're the shot caller, you ain't gonna want nothing to show you up. And that's in life. When you find people that have
I'm
egos,
gonna go deeper than that.
let's go. What you got?
I'm gonna go deeper than that. Is that when they come back, they see that you don't know football. And you get exposed.
Good one. Good
That's what
point.
that is.
Good point.
You get exposed because you don't know football. You don't know X's and O's. Everybody knows how to dot the T. Oh, I mean, how to cross the T and dot the I. But when you know X's and O's, and what coach showed them, they don't know football over there, man. You
Right.
got two guys guarding out, tackling out. So you got two guys out of the play. So you got 9 on 11. I mean, that was shocking to me, man.
Defensive ends dropping in space, covering air.
Yeah.
You're right.
JD, you got anything else for us?
No, man, y'all keep doing your good job, man. I'll continue to listen.
All right, man. We appreciate you, brother, man.
And,
Thank you.
and I'm glad you was cool tonight, JD. I'm glad because the other night, man, you was hot, man.
I wasn't hot that night. It's the same tonight. Miami, I like the team. And I like that. I mean, you see the whole play, it's going to help us. And like I said, you know, we had a big movie. And we moved it. You understand what I'm saying? And to see the program where it's at, you know, I really just like that. I see the talent Miami have, and I know where they could be. I ain't saying that they could be national champions right now, but they can compete.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
I mean, look at what's out there. Look at this year. See this? Look at this year.
Wide
the
open.
SEC down. I mean, the SEC down. The
True.
ACC down.
True.
I mean, well, when you look at it, the SEC is the toughest conference right now. I mean, if you go by the record, but look at Michigan. Look at Ohio State and all them. I mean, everybody down, but they win. They beat the
Yeah. Big 12.
All right.
Yep.
All right, JD, we gotta let you go, man. You sound like you're in a hurricane or a tornado, man. So
All right. Let me get this one right here across to y'all. Okay, look at Michigan State. Y'all say Michigan State. Y'all should have beat Michigan State.
Absolutely.
Michigan State, boy, they number 3 now.
Yep.
3 or 4.
Yep. With a Heisman finalist running back.
That's what get me. That's what get me about these ones talking about keep Manny Diaz. You got to keep Manny Diaz. Man, you can be at number 3 or number 4. You can be in the top 10.
Tell it.
Because I mean, y'all beat up on Michigan State.
They had them.
It's just a lack of coaching. Lost that game.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I'll talk to y'all, man. I'm out here in the wind, so that's all what it is. I just get mad when I hear stupid comments on football. Oh, you should keep this guy because of that. Well, you think when you were advocating for him to keep running the Shannon, at least he had the program coming back stronger than that.
True. You're right. I remember when they fired him. I was shocked. I was really shocked.
Yeah. Well, I listen. I continue to listen, man, y'all. I let some more callers come in.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
You take it easy, man. We'll talk to you.
All right.
Yeah. You have a great
All
one.
right. All right.
Peace.
All right.
Later, boy.
It's you talk, baby.
I wanted to keep Latrell comment up there, man, so we could touch up on it.
Mm-hmm.
She said, so if we change coaches and they don't win, will we repeat the cycle? Will this discourage recruits because we don't have steady coaches? Well, I guess my question would be, Larry Frank, if coaches don't perform, I mean, it is what it is. We're in a business to win. And I think that you switch coaches as much as you need to do because recruits are going to either stay or they're going to come. We want guys that want to come to the program, right?
Right. Guys that want to be
So,
Canes.
I mean,
Yes.
I guess my thing is I would want Latrell, this is only my opinion, Latrell. If you're not getting the job done, then, hey, it is what it is. And we got to continue to try to get coaches until we find the right coach. I'm in favor to do whatever we got to do because like Blaze said, I just want to see us get back to competing for national championships and winning. That's my biggest thing right there. So that would be my response to your question, Latrell. What about you, Larry Frank?
Yeah. I'll put it to you like this. And Brother Jay just hit the nail on the head as well.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get coaches, or should I say bypass hiring bad coaches that don't make it, that don't cut the mustard, you have to first get the right person in the administrative role that knows what to look for in hiring a coach. Remember, we said it a couple of weeks ago. I detailed it a couple of weeks ago. You have to establish your criteria as an AD, as somebody that's going to be making this hire, because you have to be able to make sure that you get this deal to get these millions of dollars and hire the right guy. You don't want to be paying all this money for mediocrity. We've done this too long. We've highlighted how long they've been doing this. You got to establish your criteria. What is your criteria? As I said before, you want a coach that has experience, a proven coach that has won in some form or fashion with consistency, a coach that can recruit, a coach that knows X's and O's. You have to put your criteria together. And then once you put your criteria together, then you get your list of candidates that fit that criteria. And once you get your list of candidates that fit that criteria, then you evaluate the best of what you have come up with. See, this is what Blake James has not done. He didn't put no criteria together. He just had a knee-jerk reaction. Let's go get Manny. We ain't going to worry about nobody because Manny was the leader of the defense in 2017 with the chain and just a good players that made plays. And it backfired. And the administration has consistently done this with coaching hires. They don't establish criteria. Earlier, I think that was it Josh or Jeffrey. One of them had said Mel Tucker. Like I told y'all.
I'm a Jeffrey O'Neal.
It was Jeffrey O'Neal. Okay. Like I told y'all, Mel Tucker going to LSU. That's done. That's pretty much a done deal. Like, that's a wrap. If they come to Mel Tucker, if LSU that is, he comes to Mel Tucker, he ain't telling them no. He going to Baton Rouge. Now don't get me wrong. I get it. But LSU, they've already put their list of coaches. They're making a play for Jimbo. But Jimbo is not going from Texas A&M. And the only reason they're going to make a play for Jimbo, Scott Woodward hired Jimbo at Texas A&M. Scott Woodworth, when he was at Washington, hired Chris Peterson. Scott Woodworth, getting to LSU, hired Kim Mulkey, the basketball coach, the ladies coach that won national championships at Baylor. Scott Woodward hired the former Arizona baseball coach, that's a high commodity, to be the new baseball coach at LSU. Scott Woodward gets who he wants. So Mel Tucker is on his short list of guys that he wants. But the common denominator here, you got to have criteria. USC, they have criteria. They're just not tipping their hat right now. You don't know where they're going. But I mean, James Franklin has already been known to be on that list. So they've got other guys they're going to make a play for. But the key here is criteria. And that's what burns me up about how this coaching situation has gone the last couple of times we've had to go to hire one. They didn't establish no criteria. They hired guys off of potential. They hired guys off of an eye test. Why was Al Golden hired? He had a 9-3 season at Temple. You hired him with a losing record. I want to say he was 24 and 27 when you hired him. But you went and got him because he had a 9-3 record. Why did you get Manny Diaz? Because it was an eye test. You thought the same intensity that he brought for the defense, he was going to put that on the whole team. And guess what?
B&H 1975. What's up, family? How you doing?
What's up, B&H 1975? You thought he was going to bring that to the whole team, and it backfired. And while we're speaking of the whole team, can I say something about Manny Diaz and for the Manny politicians?
Go ahead.
Because all the Manny politicians that I'm seeing that's talking about, oh, the offense is looking better. Oh, TVD, this, that, yada, yada, yada. And you're hyping him up. Hello, Manny's MO is defense, not offense. Manny didn't want to play TVD when he had to. The only reason TVD got in is because of injury. The only reason that any of these other guys got in is because of injury. These are not Manny Diaz calls. Let's keep in mind, earlier this week on the Lamar Thomas show, De'Aaron King comes out and says that he injured his knee. A ligament. Now, it wasn't a major ligament damage or whatever, but he injured it. He could play through it. Once again, we talked about this. Manny is a head coach. You know about the shoulder against Michigan State. You knew about Bubba's shoulder that he apparently injured on that targeting call against Alabama. Maybe right. Manny dad talked to Blake about hiring. So and I wouldn't doubt that, Sigmund. It makes sense.
Right.
I can agree to that.
It does.
But Manny plays De'Aaron King. I have no doubt in my mind that De'Aaron King was rushed back sooner than what he should have, because Manny wanted to do that. So what happens? Rushes him back, plays him. I think I know the play that he's talking about, because I remember it was a kind of an awkward looking play, and I thought he had injured his knee because it didn't look good at first, but he wound up kind of limping off a little bit, but he came back. So he has a partial tear of some sort of whatever ligament that is, nothing major, but they said he could play through it. Once again, if you have your quarterback coming off of major ACL surgery, and then you turn around and you have this situation where he re-injures himself in another way, and you're going to continue to play him, and then 2 weeks later against Michigan State, you do the same thing with the shoulder. But the second week after Alabama, you got App State. You telling me that if you knew King had an injury that wouldn't take him out for the season, but that, he could play through, but why not give him some time to sit and rehab it? You couldn't go with TVD or even Garcia against App State? But that's who they want as a coach. And my thing is, TVD and the offense is doing all of this, but they want to bring Manny back because of that. Manny ain't got nothing to do with the offense. That's Rhett Lashley. Rhett Lashley finally has a play caller, and he finally has guys in there that's making plays. He finally got guys that's fitting his system, and it's starting to take effect. Merriweather also said recruits go to college not only because you win, because there's a great path to the NFL. Alabama's like walking down a 4-lane road. Miami walking down Ho Chi Minh Trail.
John's stupid.
And he's right. He's right. He's right. I mean, Miami was the pipeline to the NFL, and at multiple positions. DBs, tight end, running back, wide receiver. Let's see, J.O., I can't wait until teams start to get scared of playing Miami and knowing when they come to Miami it's going to be like walking in hell. Absolutely.
That's what we're trying to get back to.
That's what we want. But here's just some truth that I hate to admit as a longtime fan. It won't happen anytime soon. And it won't happen until you get the right coach. You got to get the right coach. You got to get the culture back. Because first of all, the culture that I see with this Miami team, not just under Manny, but going back to Rick, even going back to Golden, it's like the culture has changed. And I'm not saying you got to be thugging it out like they used to back in the day, but that that Miami swag, that culture of just, we're the U. Like, they did more than just say it. They on the field. Intense games, physical games, blowouts. You don't have that. And just like, it was in the chat a few minutes ago. I think it was Jeffrey had said it. You go from
Josh about
blowing teams out by 20. Okay.
Right here.
Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Back in the day, if you didn't blow them out or beat them by 21 like Josh said, you was mad.
Yep.
And in case point, listen, did you see how happy the fan base was for a little mini 2 3-point victory over App State?
And that's what I'm...
Let that sink in. How about a couple of years ago against Central Michigan in a baseball score game, and the fan base was popping bottles for that. And the thing that gets me is when they say real fans. We've all seen it. Real fans are going to support the team no matter what. Yeah, I get that. That's true. But let me answer this right quick. To those that feel if you call a spade as far as mediocrity, that you're not a real fan. If you accept mediocrity and don't call for any improvement, you're not a real fan.
Thank you. Say it.
Because us old schoolers that grew up watching this, we knew what we saw.
Right.
And we knew what we came up looking at and loving. But this product that's on the field, that's been on the field for the last couple, this ain't the you I know.
Right.
Sorry, I just...
Right.
I get emotional.
No, BNH finna come on in right now. BNH said, amen. Preach. Say it. Same thing I was saying, man, on the Monday night show, man, when you were talking about as far as, Manny being the defensive coordinator. It's like you get your defense is giving up 35 points a game, and that's accepted. And I'm just like, I was having a conversation going back and forth with Big Groove, aka Big Controversy, and he was like, "Didn't we win?" I mean, I'm like, so this is what it's come to. Just you get the win. I guess everybody happy. It's not. You just looking at just get the win. You're not looking at nothing else. Nothing else.
Devin,
so it is what it is.
You want just a real, true, harsh dose of reality here as far as that defense. The defense has now given up 30 points or more in 8 straight Power 5 contests dating back to last season. Do you know what game cranked off this 30-point consistency against Power 5? Take a wild guess.
What?
The record-setting performance against North Carolina. That was the first of the 8 consecutive Power 5 games allowing 30 points or more. And if you want to take it further than that, they've given up 30 points in 11 of the 30 points or more in 11 of the last 19 contests. All you've had in between, you had against Virginia last year, I think 31-19. You had a 19-point defensive effort. 52-10 against Florida State. And at the end of the day, this is what you've had. I think NC State. So, but for the most part, you gave up 40 plus to Clemson last year. You gave up 30 plus to Louisville last year. And then you had a couple of games where you held them at bay. You gave up, already. After Clemson, you had a couple of games where you held them at bay. And then when North Carolina came in on December 5th last year, we're going on almost a calendar year, that we have not held a Power 5 opponent to under 30 points. And people want to rehire this guy because of what the offense is doing? Miss me with that. Miss me with that.
And remember, he's coaching the defense, so-called, this year, right?
And
it's his defense, right?
And they're statistically worse than they were last year. Defense last year didn't lead the country in missed tackles. At least they had some games they held a team to under 30 points. Okay. Yeah, you held App State to 22. You held Central Connecticut State to a goose egg. Congrats. That's saying something. But the Manny politicians are buying it. They're buying it.
They drinking all that Kool-Aid.
They're drinking all the Kool-Aid. Yeah. And all of the predictions we had, not to cut you off, I'm going to let you have it real quick, my bad, but all the predictions we had before we went into the season. 11-1, 10-2. You called 8-4. If they run the table, we might have to send you something for predicting that record. But all the predictions we had of a 10-win season, an 11-win season, when only an L to Alabama, even ESPN's matchup predictor that only had us losing one game. As I said before, I'm going to continue saying this. We are a team that should be 6-2. Very well could have been 7-1 with talent. We got 6-2/7-1 talent, but 4-4 coaching. And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Latrella, y'all think I need to cancel my trip to Talent?
Hey, I was going myself. I got some stuff that came up, and I mean, if the game was, if I thought it was going to be worth, the trip, I would push what I could to the side and go myself. Because matter of fact, I got to cancel my reservations now that I think about it. Because at the end of the day, I just don't see. It's like this. TVD is a freshman, okay? And he's had some slow starts. But he's looked good thus far, but he's due for a bad one. Every quarterback is due for a bad one. And I'm not trying to wish any negativity on the young man, but this is just reality. What quarterback that had great performances every week? Not Peyton Manning, not Brady, none of them. Look at him. Redirect that trip up here to Ohio. Boy.
That boy a whole fool, boy. That boy a whole fool.
Man.
That boy a whole fool, man.
This dude took me off my doggone point.
I can't do I had to put it up there, though.
It's U-Talk, baby. It's U-Talk, baby.
Parking lot pimping on YouTube, boy.
Both of them fools, man.
That's crazy.
B&H 1975, they stupid, ain't they, bro?
Man.
They crazy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man. I mean, when I said 8-4, though, remember, Larry, I got so much hate toward that, bro. I was being negative. I wasn't
right.
I was a Debbie. When I was a Debbie Downer, I think somebody called. I was everything.
Yeah. They ate you up. They ate you up, man. They ate you up.
Oh my God, yeah, but
Debbie Downer and the negative Nancy and all that stuff, man.
I was all that, wasn't I, bro? All of that, right? But the only thing I was saying was, man, it's nothing in this guy, man, that I've seen, man, that it's nothing out of this coach that I'm seeing that's getting better, bro. Like I said, until he loses the ego and start accepting help around him, because I think he got above average coaches around him that can actually help. And if he start just listening and just taking some advice from his coaching staff, you got somebody like a Ed Reed that's over there on that sideline, bro. I just think that they can be so much of a help. And it's not about bashing him. I mean, I'm a Miami Hurricane fan. I want to see the team do good. I was rooting for him when he got hired, wanted him to be the head coach, but we just haven't seen. We've seen too many lapses in him coaching the team that I just don't see it getting any better than what it's been the last 3 years. And I don't know if I can go through another year watching this again, bro. I'm just saying, bro. It's crazy.
Look at Josh, man. Yeah, you do, Josh. You do. But I'm with you. I'm with you on that. When you speak about what he has around him, man, absolutely what you just said. You got Ed Reed, who is the ultimate, person that you can have, to go to for football, just to talk football and football situations. You've got, T-Rob, who played and did some good coaching, jobs and stuff like that. You got DVD, who was in the NFL for a little while and played. Jess Simpson, he had success everywhere he went, from the high school level to the college to the pro level for a little while with Atlanta. Flipped the script on the offensive side of the ball. Rob Likens, former OC, in his own right.
Yeah.
I mean, you got guys, even Hickson, the running back coach, man.
Breezy Houghton. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's my people right there. That's my
guy?
people. Yeah, that's my people from round my way. What's up, Cole? What's up, Cole? What's happening, bro?
Louisiana in the building.
Yeah,
Shout out
yeah.
to everybody in the chat.
No doubt. But you got Hickson, the running back coach. Who he's had. You saw what he had. Bringing the running backs. Having that following and stuff. So to credit what you said, yeah, you're right. I mean, you basically have a lot of capable coaches around you that can do it. That's what's up. That's what's up, Cole. That's what's up. You basically got a lot of coaches around you that can, you can lean on. And that's the thing. The days of one man ruling the staff, them days are long gone. I mean, when was the last time you seen a coach who had a staff on any level just dominate without the staff's input or the staff's help? Never. Remember the 85 Bears? Mike Dicker had that. He had that attitude, and what happened? Him and Buddy Ryan, one of the greatest defenses of all. They won a Super Bowl, but they still parted ways. Why? Because Mike Dicker, he couldn't get out of his own way. Andres. I still got a lot of stuff going on in the aftermath of my dad's passing that I got to handle. So yeah, I gotta cancel it. I literally got to cancel my room pretty much tonight or tomorrow. But I was going.
Andres, I'm not going, big dog. I'm not. No sir. Josh, it's clearly evident that Miami's D-line is not playing gaps. It's a free for all, which is why every team we play has a Heisman candidate after the game. How's Jeff Simpson allowing this to happen? I mean, it's true. It's just holes everywhere in the defense. And, we spoke about it on Monday, the linebacker group, man. Like, when are we going to start recruiting linebackers again? Just the linebacker play is terrible, bro. There's no talent at the linebacker position.
Credit Packy for that. No recruiting, no talent, no development. Thank you, Jonathan.
What was the guy named that called on Monday night? He had a real good point. Like he was saying,
James Freeman.
James Freeman had a good point. Like he was saying about Pikey. It's like seriously, like we heard about all these guys, Brooks, Huff. Like, are they not being developed, or were they just hype coming out of high school?
I think it's 50-50.
A lot of these guys.
I think it's both. I think it was a lot of hype. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I think it was a lot of hype, but it's definitely the lack of development. I mean, Packy is doing nothing. And look,
Lutrella said hype.
Yeah. And look, you got Wesley Basaint. I mean, you need him. You got Justin Medlock from Texas. I mean, hopefully he can be a spark that kind of changes everything. Listen, Kobe, listen. You know that. I know that. I just wish these Miami coaches would just get on down here to the boot, because let me tell you something. I'm glad he said that. Because what you got going on at LSU? You got players decommitting. You got players hitting the portal. This is an ample opportunity to get some of those guys that are depth at LSU that sit in the bench. Those guys are former 4 and 5 stars that are waiting their turn. They don't know what the future holds. Right now, let me tell you something. I'm really interested. I'm glad Miami got an early game tomorrow, because I am going to sit down tomorrow night and watch Alabama just dismantle LSU, because I want to see how this is going to look. I want to see the exodus of players as they leave out of Baton Rouge. Let me tell you something, man. I'm looking at all these programs, not just LSU, but I'm looking at TCU. I'm looking at Texas Tech. I'm looking at USC. I'm looking at all these programs that's going to be advertising and need a new coach. And guess what? I'm going to act like I got me an Amazon gift card. I'm going shopping. I'm contacting somebody, man, because you got an unhappy linebacker somewhere at some of these schools that can play. I'm contacting like, look, we got a spot for you. Come to Miami. We got a spot for you. We need you. And guess what? We're a pipeline to the NFL. You see? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miles Brennan. Miles Brennan is going into the transfer portal. He was always hurt. But, yeah. You got him going into the portal. It was a recruit for Carr High School. I thought it was a player that went into the portal. It was a recruit. He flipped from LSU to Alabama because they're firing Ed Ogeron. 4-star guy. I can't think of his name, but I read the article this week. So you got to take advantage of that, man. You got to look at some of these programs. You got to look at the recruits. You got to look at the guys because signing day is December the 15th. So you still got time. But here's the thing that gets me also. Remember what Manny said. We talked about this last Friday. He puts a tweet out about a month ago talking about how important it is for recruiting and how much, these recruits are going to do this and do that, the guys he's looking at. Follows it up 30 days later to say we're not going to go after the 25 guys. And the sad part about it is you are allowed 25 high school recruits every year. 25 you can sign. And guess what? He ain't trying to do it. And the NCAA, a special group or whatever, they've allowed to give you at least up to 7 extra players with the portal. So you know what that tells me?
Chuck Colebrook.
We need to get DN linebacker and offensive line from the portal. I absolutely agree.
Totally.
Until you can get a good group from high school.
Come in. You're right.
You build through the portal. What you think Mel Tucker did? That's what Mel Tucker did. Mel Tucker has a number 3 ranked team in the country right now doing it. You got 40 new players on that team that came between the portal and recruiting. The guy, the running back Walker, was at Wake Forest. Thank God he left. So I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. But how come but here's the thing. People are quick to point to experience and all of that. And I ain't gonna lie, I was fooled because I didn't think Mel Tucker was a good coach. I remember last year when we was on here because COVID fooled me. And I thought coming into this year, he ain't gonna do nothing. Prove me wrong. And I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever they play Ohio State, I feel like they're gonna beat Ohio State.
We hated B&H 1975.
Terrible.
We don't like it.
Terrible. And I get what Groove was saying. I hate it too. I get what Groove was saying last week about the 4-3 against this type of football that you have on offense. But come on, man. That's why you adjust. A base 4-3. You make adjustments as needed, but man, that scheme we're running right now, it ain't working. If the Canes went out, Manny will stay, but we need a legit D coordinator. For God's sake, fire Patrick.
Sorry.
Now you good. That dude is sus AF. Yeah. But Andres, I gotta disagree with you, bro. Manny will not be back. Because, like I said, I'm going off of Streeter. I'm going off of Footballville. I believe it. He reported it, so I'm rolling with him. I'm gonna accept it as fact. With Blake leaving, I don't see the next athletic director retaining Manny. Because if Manny, and that's the thing, a real football person, knowledgeable of football, that's not just an athletic director for the position, it's like this. Don't hire Aaron Anderson. Thanks, Cole. Thank you. That's who it was that flipped from LSU to Alabama. A real AD, I don't want an AD just to fill a position. I want an AD that played on a position. Because that's where you'll be able to really separate, one from the other. Because if you get another guy coming in here and he knows football and Manny walks up in that office, we made changes and we orchestrated an 8-game win streak and we got to an 8-4 record after a disastrous start, and I think I have a good opportunity to do something. Manny, Pack your bags and get out of here, dude. You ain't had nothing to do with the offense. At the end of the day, you didn't want to put TVD in. You didn't want to put Rooster in. You didn't want to. You're still not playing Arroyo. And honestly, Arroyo to me needs to be your number one tight end. You sticking with Mallory, but Arroyo, he's running over guys. He's physical. He's fast, and you're not giving him the burn he should be getting. So you're still doing it to an extent.
Shout out to Coach Kyle Hayes. That's his guy there, boy. He like Arroyo, man.
Oh man, Arroyo is that dude, man. Let's see here. How can Michigan State turn it around so fast? And the Canes been bad for 15 years with the second best recruiting class in the ACC.
Coaching, Chuck.
Coaching.
You saying a lot, bro.
Coaching.
Well, we got another DJ on here, bud. Chuck going off, bud. We got another DJ.
It's true.
Mike.
It's true.
Chris
though.
Malone, what up?
What's up, Chris? What's happening? It's true though. I mean, it's coaching. Mel Tucker is a good coach. There it is. Josh just said it because our coaches can't coach. When you have coaches that can't coach, that's why you have it. You don't get top 2 or 3 conference recruiting classes and still top off at 8-4, 7-5, or in his inaugural season, 6-6 with a loss to Louisiana Tech. And you know, come on now. Hey,
Benny Barrett, what up?
What up, Benny? What's up, Benny? Hey, let me say this much. Who that was? Jeffrey O'Neal?
That was J.O.
That was J.O. J.O., you're right. I do need to watch Bam and them, but there's only one problem. I watched Bam and them get blown out by Boston last night. The same Boston team that my Bulls was getting blown out by and came back and stormed back and won. See red. I told you, man. I'm Chicago all the way, baby. I'm Chicago all the way.
I got to get out of here tonight, man. I got a lot going on this weekend and the next 3 weekends, you guys. So, hey, it's been real like always, man. Larry Frank, I'm going to let you give your departing words. Man, Benny Barrett, what's up, man? Colorado Springs. He out there for the weekend, man. Shout out to Benny Barrett. What it do?
Benny
Be
Barrett.
safe out there.
Hey, man, before we get out of here, man, as always, man, I just want to shout out, the Utah family. As always, every week, Mondays, Fridays, man, y'all come in here and y'all make it fun for us to do what we do.
Danielle Kara, what's up, cuz?
What's up, Danielle? Shout out to all the regulars. Yeah, Cole. You talking about the leg? Yeah, Cole. Yeah. You check the replay,
Run that replay,
bro.
Cole. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. We talked about it. But and special shout out to him, man. That's my homeboy right there. Another DJ, in my area down here in the booth.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, man, when I tell you got Miami Hurricane fans in Louisiana, like, I ain't gonna say it's a lot of us, but it's enough. We represent. I mean, hey, man, he's definitely, been down for a minute. Many a times me and him done had conversation. Oh, he was at work. Cool. Many a times we done had conversation, and him, my cousin Dion, my boy Earl. You know what I'm saying? Good night, Miss English. So, yeah, before I get out of here, man, just shouts out to everybody as usual, man. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. Thanks for keeping me and my family in your prayers, and just thanks for supporting the channel. And just, hey, man, y'all make it the reason why we do what we do. And as long as y'all here, we're going to keep on doing what we do.
Most definitely. Larry Frank, I couldn't have said it no better, man. We thank all of you guys, like always. Everybody in the chat, let's run them down. Cole Breezy, Andres, Brother Jay Blaze, you can jump in anytime, Larry Frank. Linda, my mother.
Chris Malone.
Trail,
J.O.
Chris Malone. J.O.
Josh.
Barry, J.D. What's up, Jamal? Jeffrey O'Neal. BNH, 1975. Chuck Colbert. Shout out to Samuel Kennedy, S.K. Cuban Kane, our brother. What it do? George Diaz, we ain't heard from you in a while.
Wherever you at, George. Wherever you at.
Oh, he gonna be hiding, but them Dolphins ain't doing nothing.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Eric Myrick. What's going on, brother?
DJ Sam.
You guys. DJ, yes. DJ, man. What's going on? DJ B Mike.
James
Ron
Freeman.
McKenzie.
Alan Johnson.
James Freeman. Allen, all of the fellas, Chris
Coach
Malone,
Hayes, Streeter,
Coach Hayes,
X,
Streeter, X. Shout out to V12.
Groove.
What up, boy?
Groove, you controversial, Groove, but guess what, Groove? I'm gonna give you a shout out anyway, Groove. Big Groove.
AKA Big Controversy.
How your boy do? How he do?
That's his bird call.
I wanted to tell him, hey man, that's ours, man. You can't steal that, man. You can't take that from the booth.
Yeah.
That originated down here.
He just took it and ran with it. Shout out to Groove. Hey y'all, we coming by. Hey, listen, let me put this up real quick. Y'all but not let Latrell already done won her. Somebody else. I'm putting it up right now. The email address is utalksportsshow@gmail.com. I'm giving out Utah hoodies, whoever can come closest to the score prediction for the game tomorrow. Latrell won last week. So I need somebody else. Or y'all gonna check. Latrell already got her pick in for this week. I got my 7 or 8 more people in. So you guys, there it is right there. When you come in when you email me, please leave your size and your score prediction. And whoever comes the closest, Latrell hit it dead on the head last week. So it wasn't even it wasn't even a competition. She hit it dead center, man. 38-34. So send them in, and I'll get that out to you. I sent Latrell hers. She sent me the picture today, man. So most definitely love you guys. Monday night, we're back, Larry Frank, at 8 o'clock for the game recap. So again, let's watch our games tomorrow. We're going to support our team like always. 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. What channel is that coming on tomorrow? Is it ESPN?
I will tell you in a second.
Anybody know what channel the game is coming on tomorrow?
Look right quick.
TVD for Heisman, Andres.
It is
72 new creatures. That name is Little Groove. Little Groove.
Lord, why, man? Why? I'm showing.
Oh yeah, shout out to Miami Flow, man. Miami Flow jumped in here, man. What up, Flow? Shout out to Flow, man. Forgot about
Flow. Another one, man.
What up?
I'll be on
Thanks for the
Flow
support.
too.
Yeah, we support Flow. That's our guy.
Storm warning.
Shout out to Storm Warning. Shout out to the fellas, man. Shout out to Coach Hayes, man. That's my guy. Polar Timmy. Footballville. What it do? Shout out to Alonzo, man. 1219.
Coach
CWO. Shout out to Cool. That's the team. Shout out to everybody. Eric Myrick said ESPN 3.
Oh Lord. You know if you on 3,
we can't even.
You ain't having a good season if you on 3, man. That's just disrespectful.
Josh is stupid. Josh say Cartoon
Network.
Boy, but let me get out of there. You boy finna have me go to spin water everywhere. Listen, man. Let's be real. Hey, family. Tomorrow, 12:30, ESPN 3. We will be back Monday night at 8 o'clock. I ask that you guys join us. So y'all know how we start every show. And you know how we end every show. It ain't no us. Without you, baby. And we out. Everybody have a safe weekend. Enjoy yourself and take care. We love you, Utah family. Later.
It's Utah, baby. It's Utah, baby.